Are you one of those people that have a really great message, and yet you have a really great message to share with the world, but you have no idea how to present it? You have no idea how to get it out there? Or maybe you're someone that watches Hangouts such as this one, and you see us having lots of fun, and we have great guests, and you think, I could never do that. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. And it's far easier than what you may think. And if I can do it, you can do it. So whether you're a stay-at-home mom that makes the best chocolate chip cookies ever and you want to share your recipe with the world, it can be done on a Google Hangout. Or if you're a coach and trainer, well, this is a show for you to watch tonight. So on this week's episode of the Hangout with Penny show, as you can see, I have a beautiful co-host with me tonight, Debi Talbert, and we are going to share with you 10 easy Hangout on-air ideas for life and business. Oh, I'm so excited that we're here tonight because this is going to be a really great show. And each week, this is episode 24 of the Hangout with Penny show, and I'm your host, Penny Peddie. I am a Law of Attraction trainer, coach. I have Penny for Your Thoughts, which is a Law of Attraction training business, a coaching business, and I teach people on how to change their thinking. Because once we can shift our thinking, we can shift things in our life and get great results. So that's what I do for a living, and I do it on Hangouts on Air as well. So here we are each week, 8 p.m. Eastern, Hangout with Penny show, and each week I love to share with you the wine of the week. The wine of the week this week, I love this. See that? Dan Aykroyd. He is a fellow Canadian, but really why I chose this wine is because we're talking about Hangouts on Air, and we have the mic. I have a little story, Law of Attraction story, about that. Each year I make a vision board, and I gather up pictures or phrases or something that I want to manifest for the coming year. So last year when I was doing my vision board, I was a blog talk radio host, and I thought that I was going to continue to do that. So on there I had a microphone and it said on air. Having fun on air is what I had. So when you put that energy in motion, be open, because the law of attraction is going to match that. And I was having a blog talk radio show, but I certainly wasn't having the fun that I am now on the Hangout show. So just be open to the law of attraction, because it's all about vibrations. And I was wanting to have fun, and here I am. So, Debbie, let's cheers to fun and Hangout shows, because cheers. Cheers. Because if you think making money on a Hangout is not possible, we're here to tell you that yes, it is. And Debbie's proof of it, and she's going to show us how. So cheers.
Cheers. I'm so excited to be here on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to share these ideas with people because they're very simple and easy, awesome ways to help you get started.
Oh, wonderful. So Debbie's also, she's a Law of Attraction facilitator and trainer, and she has applied her Law of Attraction skills, and she attracted her ideal opportunity to share her true calling and make money doing it, just like I said earlier. So now she shares her love of Google Plus and Google Hangouts on air to support others so they can do the same. So I love that. So before we get you out here, Debbie, I just want to thank you, my friends, for comments. Debbie, may I just ask, are you reading this correctly?
In the right direction, yes. I can read it the right way, yes. It's not backwards for me.
Because when I look at it, it's backwards, so I think... Okay. So we're going to go on with a couple of comments. So this was episode 23, and it was He Said, She Said, delving into the different ways men and women communicate. And on that show, I had the brilliant communication expert, Jeffrey X. Lane, and we had a lot of fun. And actually, we had so much fun that I had many people commenting that they would like him to come back for us to do a sequel, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. So we've decided that February 13th, we're going to do a Valentine's edition of He Said, She Said. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, that ought to be fun.
Okay, yeah. So I have a couple comments here. And Angela Morris Home, she said, doesn't always come down to our own expectations. If we do not place expectations on others, and what gives us the right to do so, simply we will not be disappointed. Respect others, their ways, and their opinions. Few others think the same way we do, and that's okay. And yes, that is okay. So I love that comment, Angela. Thank you so much. Hannah Appel. Hannah is a loyal viewer from Israel, so hugs of light to Israel, Hannah. And she says, thanks for a great show, Penny Peddie. Love the insights and tips, especially those coming from the LOA perspective. So thanks for that comment, Hannah. And one more, DP. And D says, caught the replay. Good show. Thanks, D.
Awesome.
Yes, yes. So for people that want to get the replay, if you see right here, my website, hangoutwithpenny.com, you go over there, and there's a place that you can sign up for to get the link to the live show, which is happening right now. Or like Dee, she watches the recording. I also send, after the show, I will send you the link to the recording. So you can watch it at your own convenience, and then you can watch it over and over. And because there's lots of great information, because the reason why I wanted to start these Hangouts is I'm all about self-empowerment. And I do several things to empower myself. And when I learn things, I share them. And when I can get wonderful guests such as Debbie on my show to help inspire and empower and uplift others the way I like to do it, then I'm happy, because I just know that it's really beneficial that when we learn good, positive things to help uplift us, I think it's really something that I feel it's something that we're helping others by sharing. So that's what I wanted to say about that. So Debbie, I'm so excited you're here. Come out, introduce yourself a little bit, and before we get into the topic of tonight, just come out and say hi and let people know who you are.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Penny. I love being on your shows. I always have so much fun. I love that Halloween show we did with the costumes. My name is Debi Talbert, and I am a flight attendant as well as a trainer for coaches and trainers, like people that are business coaches, life coaches, and trainers that want to bring their training online using the Google Hangout platform. That's what I specialize in helping people do. And this all came about because I use the law of attraction. Because like Penny said earlier, I'm also a law of attraction facilitator and trainer. And I actually use that in helping people running their Google Hangouts and helping them attract what they want. What actually happened is what I initially thought was going to be my ideal opportunity, it sort of transitioned into something else. So originally I created a Hangout show, and I was interviewing women that had already, after the age of 50, decided they needed, for whatever reason, whether they lost their job or they needed the money because of financial things that happened, or they were just burnt out in their career in the corporate world and they wanted to find a way to do their own thing. I was interviewing them to share their successes to help inspire and empower other women over 50 to do that for themselves, to take the skills that they have in life and turn it into their own business. And this Google Hangout platform is one of those ways that you can actually do that, because that's what actually happened to me. Because every person that I talked to about it, they wanted to know how to do the Hangout, because they'd heard about it in their marketing and that they knew they needed to bring it into what they were doing. However, they had no idea how to do it. And one of my skills and gifts is when I find something I like, I can easily teach it to other people. And I love this platform. And I have been using it for a while, working with my network marketing team when I was doing network marketing and teaching them actually how to market on Facebook, but showing them how to do it in Google Hangouts. So it was like, so anyway, it kind of transitioned into teaching coaches and trainers and helping them, because I come from a background of, I was in a mentally abusive relationship for 18 years of my life. And it took me a lot of reprogramming and reframing my own thinking about myself to get to where I am today. And all through that process, I wanted to find a way to help other women to believe in themselves, to believe that they had skills, to believe they had something that they could offer to the world. And so this is my way of doing it, by helping coaches and trainers that are helping inspire other people to bring them onto the Hangouts so they can actually help more people. So that's how I'm actually accomplishing what I always wanted to accomplish. And this is it. This is my it. And I'm so excited to be here and be able to do that.
I am so excited that you're here too. And yeah, when you talk about the abusive relationship, that's a whole other show, and maybe we could share some of that because I've lived it. So I'm writing a book. Yeah, so I've lived it. And anyway, before we, that's a whole other story.
We need to know.
That's a whole other story. And we're going to have you back and we're going to talk about that, because it's an important message that we need to share with people. And yeah, but it had to start with me. I had to be the one to change my life and my thinking and my worth. So
Exactly.
Before we get to your 10 tips, Debbie, I just want to say there's a couple of comments out here. I just have to share this one. Karen Dooley, she says, "Love your hair. You look great." I'm not sure who she's talking to, Debbie.
I like
both of us. And V Peter 36, happy Friday from Florida. Yay, from Florida. And we have CJ Gilbert, Linda Gannon. They're going to watch the replay, so that's very important. That if you want to catch the replay, that you go sign up, and I will send you the link. One more thing before we get going, and that is I just want to remind everybody that I do have a G+ community, and that's over in Google+. And so why would you want to join a Google community? Well, you gather with like-minded people. And it's so important that we can keep our vibes high, especially when we are law of attraction. In that law of attraction world, it's all about vibes. And we want to be with people that can keep that vibe going high. And, you know, it only takes one person or one connection to change everything for you. So go on over there and join up.
Thanks. Well, I love that idea of the communities too, because what you have to say might be exactly what one person in the community needed to hear that day.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and we talk so much about abundance. I have 7 tips to greater abundance over there for you to check out too. It's really great. Debbie, I love your energy. And when I do my Hangouts, it's not scripted. I never know what I'm going to say. And as far as your 10 tips, get a pen and paper, everybody, because I have blank. I don't know what these 10 tips are, and I'm going to learn right along with you. So, Debbie, maybe you can share a little bit more about your story, and it doesn't matter whether you're a housewife or a single mom baking cookies and you want to come out and earn a living from it, or I know your niche is trainers and coaches and entrepreneurs, but come on out and just yes.
All right.
That's the first tip anyway.
I know, this is like exciting, but yeah, don't think this show is for anyone that you have any skill that you have been seeking a way to bring online. But now the message I'm going to be giving is that the first 3 tips are going to be around how to actually help save time and be more productive using Hangouts. And there's 3 different forms of Hangouts, so I'll talk about it and how you can do that with that. And then the next 7 tips I'm going to give you are how to use the Hangouts and the various items around the Hangouts in your marketing and in your ability to expand and grow your business by repurposing items that you already have out there, that you're putting out there, whether you're doing workshops already or you're writing blogs, where you can repurpose it and use this format here like Penny and I are in, and repurpose your content that way. So let me go ahead and get started with the first three. So the first three, let me see. This is my first time using these little signs, so hopefully you guys can read the sign. So the first three have to do with using, there's three different types of Hangouts. So you can use the Hangout, the message box. Can you see that, Penny? I don't know if we can see this one. It's kind of small.
It says Hangout message box, and it says Hangout video call, and up one more, Hangout on air. There we go. Hangout message box.
Okay, so you might be thinking, what the heck is a Hangout message box? Well, the Hangout message box is actually the chat. It's like a chat. And when you're in Google Plus and you go up to the right-hand corner, and you just click where you see all the list of the names underneath where your notifications are, and the list of the names of the people, it's a little blank box, and you can click there, and you can actually start conversations with people. Just type in the name of the person that you may have in a circle or you've seen online, and you can start a conversation there. And what makes that beneficial is you can make that up to a group from yourself and one other person to up to 200 people. And so you can carry on like a group chat. So let's say you have a project that you're working on, or you have some people that you're coaching in, say, a group type of coaching that you do. You can put them all in a chat, and you can chat back and forth. And then the benefit of that is then if the chat becomes where, and these people can chat and do it later when they have time because it stays there. Just kind of like your text message comes through on your phone. It'll stay there, and somebody can view it at their own leisure and their own convenience. And then if the chat is going on to where you want to have more of a visual conversation like we're having because you need to get a clearer communication, then right within that little chat, there's a little video, picture of a video icon, and you click on that, and then you're actually doing the Hangout video call.
May I ask something?
It's not being recorded like this.
Okay, that's what my question was.
That is taking place, and it's you're actually able to talk to people and get clear communication. So one of the ways that as a coach and a trainer that you can leverage your time with is if it takes a lot of time to travel and meet someone in person, right? If you want to meet someone and have a consultation. So you can actually have your consultation and interact with someone right inside a Hangout video call. So you would say, they would be on Google Plus. You do both need to have a Google Plus account to do that. So you need a Google Plus account. You get the chat, and it's private between the two of you, and you can have your consultation. Or if you're working on a project with someone and somebody needs clarification, most times it's easier to get clarification visually, right? Where you can show them something, or you can ask them something, and you can see their facial expression to see if it's, you're getting the message right, or if you need to say it in a different way where they're not quite grasping what you're having to teach them. So, and then the next way that you can use that is the Hangouts on air, which is exactly what Penny and I are doing right here. So one of the ways that you can leverage your time is you can actually do your coaching with a client right here in a Hangout format, and you make it private. There's a way you set up the settings the right way, and you make it private, and then that you can record it for this person, and then they can go back and review what you were talking about, and you can also have the recording so you can be on track with what was actually said in the last session, so you can both be on the same page.
Debbie, I love this because I coach people too, but I coach people via telephone, and I have a conference line which I record, and so I send it to them, but I also have the recording for myself. But this format, in my opinion, like you said earlier, we can see facial expressions. We can see, sometimes on the phone, we can't really tell by the tone of voice always what they're really, but when we can visually see them, we can get a better sense of what's maybe going through, and we can sometimes shift our coaching strategy when we can see what's going on with their visually.
Right, exactly. And then the person can actually have the video to go back to, because when you're in a coaching session, because I get coaching and I have a coach, and we do it in the Hangout format, and it's easier for me that I can go back and maybe I heard it one way at the time I was getting the coaching, but then I go back and listen again, and I pick on something else that, like, okay, that makes more sense now. I tied what I remembered in with what I heard on the video, and it helps me to get better coaching out of it. And you can have those videos for as long as and you can make them private, and there's not it's so other people aren't seeing it and they aren't able to see it. So those are my 3 tips on actually helping to using the Hangouts in some fashion to help increase your productivity. So tips 1, 2, and 3 are all about increasing your productivity.
I love those 3 tips.
My little cards are like, this is my new time using the little cards. I love these shows too when you can be relaxed and practice something new.
And on my show, it is relaxed. You know, we have a glass of wine, and it's just like sitting in my living room having so we're all good with this. So, okay, are we ready for 7 or
the next 7 tips that I have for you are around marketing and also expanding your business and helping you expanding your business. So, and I did actually make notes for this because I wanted to make sure that I got the points in an orderly fashion and didn't get off track, and make sure I stayed on track so you guys could get the points.
Okay, perfect. So before you start into them, though, what if someone is just thinking about a business, they don't actually have one? Can they still implement what you're going to teach right now?
Oh, yes, they can, because it'll help them, give them some ideas about, okay, I can use that and bring my idea to that. Or if they already have the idea, and if they think about it and use them, then they'll be able to put it into marketing and put it into play. So yes, whether you have the business or not, this is going to help you as you get started.
All right, you got the floor. Let's go.
Okay, so tip number 4 is it's actually to leverage the Hangout on Air events page. So on the Hangout on Air, once you create a Hangout on Air, it's actually done inside an event. And an event page is created. So what I was going to do, if it's okay, is to share my screen.
Sure.
So that people can see what I'm talking about in an event page, and I'm actually going to go to the events page for this Hangout.
Wonderful. I have your white box, so perfect.
Okay. All right, so let me share my screen. And let me know if you can see my screen.
Right now right now it's white. It's a white screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's loading up.
I saw me for a brief moment.
Okay, so there we go. So now it's loading up the
Oh, there's your page. Okay.
This is my page, and well, actually this is viewing my page. So anyway, you go over here to the profile, and you see where it says events. Whoops. What the? Okay, hold on a second. I have to go back to the other. I have one account that I leave where I don't have a Google Plus account with it. Sorry about that.
Yep, that's fine.
All right, so here we go. This is the one that's my Plus Debi account.
There we go.
So then, right here, this is the main kind of like your home page and scrolling down your news feed on Facebook. So when you go to the event, most of the time when someone invites you, they're going to actually send you this event link. So it's going to actually be this page right here. And so we're going to click on the event for Penny's Hangout right here. So then you see the banner up here that Penny has, and then the show, you can play it right here. I'm not going to click the play because then it'll be double talking, me and you talking, and we'll hear each other. But right down in here, one of the ways that you can leverage this is to actually say yes, you're going to attend the community. And then when you have created your own, you're going to have the details over here. And then do you see how, Penny, right here you have the viewers?
Yes.
And you see all these people have said yes?
Yes.
So these are people that are clearly interested in your message today. So if you don't already have these people in one of your circles, you could add them to a circle easily right here from this page. You just hover over their name. And then because I have this person in a circle already, it's not that, but then you would add them to a circle right here in that box. So then you can create a circle around this topic. And so this topic is around leveraging Hangouts. So then you make that circle leveraging Hangouts. And then later when you say you're going to talk about leveraging Hangouts, then when you have a Hangout, you can actually invite those people in a circle because you know that they're interested in that topic.
Oh, Debbie, I never knew that. Thank you.
Oh, you did not know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can leverage the event page. And then the other tip I have, this ties right in, so I'm gonna leave the screen sharing.
Okay.
Idea number 5 for you is to be a Hangout viewer. So what that means is, what you want to do is be on the events page and watch other Hangouts that are happening in the topic that you have an interest in, or even Hangouts of someone that you're following that you're learning from, and then to be actively engaged in here in the comment section. Like, make a comment of when someone says that, when they say something on the show that resonates with you, and make a comment. And then also you can pay attention here to other comments that are being made that allows you to know who else is interested in this topic. And this will let you know if it's someone that you want to go back and engage with, because maybe you want to learn from them, or maybe they fit ideally into your ideal customer. So then you could message the person and say, I have a circle around this topic. Can I add you to that circle? And then you have a way of, when you're going to talk about that topic, you can send that circle that information, and it's already someone that they're interested in that topic. So that makes it a very highly targeted person to talk to. So, and also by actively participating as a viewer in other Hangouts, you can get some ideas for what you might want to be able to do on your Hangouts and how you might be able to use Hangouts.
So even then, sorry, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing, or do you need to see my screen?
No.
I'll stop.
I was
okay,
just.
There we go.
Oh, if I can take my glasses off, I needed to use them to read this.
I need them right now the whole time anyway.
So even if somebody doesn't even have a business idea, but they're just sitting at home and they're just like, oh, I want to find another way to increase my income, or bring in some multiple streams of income. I want to find some ideas. So this would be a very good way. This would be a very good way to get ideas by coming into the Google communities, by going into events and watching Hangouts and just getting familiar. And I mean, really, Debbie, if I can do it,
exactly.
Anybody can do it.
Too, you can do it. And by watching other people's Hangouts on a topic that you're interested in or you're passionate about and you're skillful at, like, okay, before I became a flight attendant, I was administrative assistant. Well, let's say you've been administrative assistant, you're a corporate secretary, or I'm not sure what they're called now, but you're in that fashion and you're very good at it. Think about all those skills that you have, and there is someone else out there in the world that is coming up in that profession. You could create a Hangout show, you could create a Hangout course, you could use it to create course material, you could create webinars, and you could teach those people so that they, even though you don't even work with them, and you're not training them at work, but you could take those skills and teach somebody else how to be better at what they're already doing in their job and get paid to do it. So there's all kinds of skills you can bring out here into this format.
Just start writing some things down, because you can burst something magical here.
All right, so idea number 6 is to be on other people's Hangout shows. Like we're doing here, because how that's going to help you is, first of all, it's going to help you get a practice and a feel for being in this platform and in this format. And secondly, you can leverage it in your branding see how down here at the bottom where you see my name, and then right underneath there is a tagline there, is where my website is. When you're on someone else's show, you can put that there so people can easily be able to find you, and then you can engage in the show and just help other people and other audience from their audience, the person that you're on the show with, from their audience, and people that may not know you yet get to know you and decide if maybe they want to reach out and contact you. So that's one of the other ways that you can leverage this Hangout platform, is to be on other people's shows, and then you can repurpose the video. Like when we're done here, I'm going to take this Hangout and stick this in my blog, because it's repurposing it so other people can see it. And then I'm also going to share it on the social media sites that I'm active in and that I'm involved in, because then that's going to help with my branding and my marketing.
And the beauty of that, though, is because you are going to send that out to your tribe, if you will,
Right.
and yet because you're on my show, I'm going to get in front of your group of people.
Exactly. So you're both, by being on somebody else's show, you're both benefiting and helping each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is idea number 6 of how you can use the Hangouts. And then idea number 7 is that you can actually do a Hangout show like Penny and I do. I have a bi-weekly Hangout show because I'm also still working my full-time job, and that's what fits in my schedule. And then Penny, she has a weekly Friday Hangout show. And so you can use the show to help teach and train what you have going on, but you can also use the show in your marketing and your branding. I can't hear you. You got yourself muted.
Sorry, I just want to make a comment. And,
okay.
Yeah, and it's from Karen Tooley, and she said, loving this. I am learning so much. Thank you, Penny and Debbie.
Awesome. Yep. That's why we want to do this show, right? To help other people get out there and be in this Hangout platform just like us.
Yep. Okay, let's go on.
All right, so along with idea number 7, where you're going to be doing your own Hangout show and branding yourself, you can either use it for teaching and training, because I want to recommend a book that I'm reading now, which is called Utility. It's Youtility. And it is all about the new smart way of marketing. And exactly what's going on here in the Hangout, using Hangouts on air, is an ideal way to utilize what's talked about in that book. By taking what you have and actually helping and putting content out there that is helpful to another person, that it's free content, but yet they'd be willing to pay for it because you're helping them so much. Because that's really what utility marketing and smart marketing is all about right now.
And what was that? What that book was?
It's Youtility, and the author's name is Jay Baer.
Beare?
Let me turn on my Kindle and I'll tell you.
Oh, that's okay. I'll write it in later for the recording.
Okay, yeah, we can write it in later. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that would be, and then idea number 8 is to use the Hangout platform to teach the people that are like do-it-yourselfers. Because when you're out there doing your training and your coaching, you're going to run across people that, like myself, I'm a do-it-myselfer. So I like to see what some of your stuff is and like to do it and implement it myself, and then as I do it, and then later on as I've done to a certain point, then I'm going to reach out to you and go, okay, now I need you to help coach me because I've gotten this far, and now I like how you're teaching and I like what you're doing, so now I want you to help me, and I'm going to hire you to coach me. Yeah. So you can use this platform to reach out and connect with the do-it-yourselfers. All right, then the next one is number 9. Idea number 9 is, as a coach and trainer, more than likely you have a lot of stuff that's already offline. You either do workshops offline or you do coaching offline, and you can actually repurpose that and take what you do offline and you can bring it online and use the Hangouts on air to do that. So you're not really redoing any training material, you're just going to now add to your business, and it's going to allow you to grow and have another income stream. And you can create these into private. What I teach people how to do is make them into workshops, like however long they want the workshop to be, and make them private. And then you use Google Plus Communities to make it private and have like the membership site. And then people, they pay you to be on the workshop, just like they pay you to be in person at the workshop.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant.
All right, and then idea number 10, another way you can expand and grow your business and grow your reach is kind of like we were talking about earlier, is to actually bring your coaching into this format. Because I have a client that I've been working with, and I've taught her project-specific a few things, and she actually wanted her ideal, what she wants to do and expand in her law of attraction and attract is a way to grow internationally. And she just did that. She just got her first client from Ireland. So she expanded her business internationally. And you can do that too. Those are my 10 tips. if anybody has questions, if they have questions in the comments, I can try and I'll do my best to answer the question. But those are my 10 tips on how you can actually easily start implementing this into your life and your business.
They are amazing tips. Thank you. I learned so much, Debbie. Wow. So I'm just going to go check the chat. And let's see. We have, oh, I should have my glasses on. Oh, Melena McDonald, she says, checking in from sunny Southern California here near Palm Springs in the beautiful desert. Hi there. Nice to see you. Okay, so now, before I come back on and ask for your final words, Debbie, I just want to mention to everybody, we did go over just a little bit, but I just want to mention, just a reminder again, that I do have a Google community, and there's so much that we can learn from each other, so come on over there, join the community, because like I said before, it only takes one person to connect with that could change everything for you. And I think I have proof of it right here, and that's Debbie. Now, just for next week's show, episode 25, for anybody that is a pet lover, for anybody that has lost a beloved pet, this will be the show for you. And I must say, I'll do my best, but I may get a little emotional because I just love animals, and I had a beloved cat. I had 2 cats, but one was a very special pet. Oh, that's not even, I can't even call him a pet because he meant so much to me. But anyway, so episode 25, I have CJ Gilbert, and she is an animal communicator. So for anybody, or if you know anybody that pets are their life, this will be the show for you.
It's awesome. I have met CJ, not in person, but it feels like in person because she's been on Hangouts, and that's another thing about this platform. It really, like Penny and I have never met each other face to face. Yet it feels like we're in the same living room together, having a glass of wine and enjoying our Friday night.
That's exactly right. And I love it. And that's the whole purpose of me doing these shows, is to be relaxed and just to kick back. You know, if you like tea rather than wine, then that's fine. We're going to just join together, because we can learn so much. And like you said, we've never met each other, but we've certainly, if we were to meet in person right now, it would be just the same, because this is just a great platform for getting to know people.
Yes.
More so than just on the telephone, because we can see expressions, and we can see authenticity when we have that visual contact. So, Debbie, I've loved having you here. So, what's your final words for our viewers this evening?
All right. Well, we were talking earlier, and I told you I was going to tell you my mermaid story. So that's kind of going to tie into my final words. See my little mermaid back in here? I'm like clicking on it. I don't know if you can see it still.
Yep.
But anyway, when I was a child, we used to have this area in our neighborhood that was this kind of slightly wooded area, like woods were in front of it, but yet the grass was cut and everything. And it was an empty, vacant lot, and it was on the lake. And so on the seawall of the lake, they had this mermaid inside in the seawall, was made with shells on the tail and everything, and mermaid. So we used to go there because it was kind of wooded, and we had to be home in the house at dark. So when we were playing and doing stuff, we would go back in there, so then people driving by and our parents and whatever, they couldn't see us. So we felt like it was like our little hiding place. And no one ever came that owned the property and made us get off. So we would go back there and play, and we would pretend like we were these mermaids of the lake and of the sea, and we had all this power. And what I want to encourage you to do is be mermaid-like. Bring your power and think about your skills, and come on out and join us in this platform. And we're here to help you. So that's what I want to. That's my story behind that mermaid.
I love that. I have someone requesting that you read the 10 tips just quickly. Can you read the 10 tips again, Debbie?
Oh, okay, sure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it on my blog with the tips underneath it. And so my blog is hangoutwithdebi.com. And if anybody wants to talk to me, email. The best way right now, because I'm in the process of redoing my site, is just to email me, and it's my name, at hangoutwithdebi.com. So it's Debi at hangoutwithdebi.com.
Debi is D-E-B-I. D-E-B-I.
At hangoutwithdebi.com. All right, so the ones around your productivity are to use the Google Hangout message box to do some chatting and engaging and interacting with people. The second one is to use a Hangout video call because that'll allow you to have visual meetings with people. And the third one is to use a Hangout on air for consultations and coaching. So that's going to help with increasing your productivity. Then the next 7 have to do with around smart marketing and expanding your business. So the first one around that was to leverage the Hangouts on air event page. And you want to utilize it like a networking tool and also engage with other people that are making comments and like-minded people, and to put them in a specific circle, because circles, people don't know what the name of the circle is that you put them in. That's just for your private memory trigger option, so that way when you're sharing stuff around that topic, you can share it with that circle. The next one is to be a Hangout viewer. So to engage on the Hangouts and add value to the Hangout, and remember that it's where you want to be engaging and add value. It's like kind of like your own party that you're going to a party. So you don't want to make, as an engager, it all about you, but you do want to add value to the content that's being shared. And then you'll also be able to interact and reach out and add other people that are there engaging into a circle that you have around that same topic. Then the next one is to be on other people's Hangout shows, because that way you can actually leverage your being on the show. You can repurpose it, and you can get in front of the host of the show, in front of their list, and the host of the show, as you repurpose it, is going to get in front of your list or your audience or your tribe. And the next one is to brand yourself with a Hangout on Air show and do something similar like this, like what Penny and I do, do it on a consistent basis, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, whatever works in your schedule. Then it's to use the Hangout platform to teach the do-it-yourselfers. So teach what it is and a skill you have already to someone else that wants to do it themselves. Then the number 9 is add online workshops into your business model. So you can bring workshops that you're doing already offline and bring them into the Hangout on Air platform and turn them into workshops and help you grow your business. And the last one, number 10, is to add the online coaching into your business model. So bring it from, say, maybe you do it in person, you're training in person, so bring some of it and add to what you're already doing and bring it online. And that will help you expand your reach. So those are the 10 tips that I have, or the ideas. They're actually ideas.
And they are great ideas. So I so appreciate you being here with me tonight, Debi. And just as my final words, if you're watching this Hangout right now, then you have some interest in Hangouts or in what we have as all guests and hosts on Hangouts. We have something that may just pique your interest, and if you're interested in coming on a show just to kind of get the feel of it, you're welcome on my show. We can come on and introduce you to the world, because that's what we're here for. When we learn something, we share it. It's all about helping each other. And I love the mermaid story. Power. So this has been Hangout with Penny, episode 24. Stay tuned next week. It's going to be a great show with animal communicator C.J. Gilbert. So in closing, thank you very much for being my co-host tonight, Debi. These ideas were wonderful, and I know you've helped a lot of people and you've shared a lot of great information. So that concludes tonight's episode of the Hangout with Penny show. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Penny.
Cheers, Debi.
Cheers.